Good afternoon and welcome back to BowlTV. We are live from the 2015 USBC Women's Championships at the National Bowling Stadium in Reno, Nevada. I'm Aaron Smith. I'll be bringing you the action today alongside a very special guest. I'll introduce him in just a second. And we are here today to watch Lisa Barfield and her team, the four of us, at Silverdale, Washington, take to the lanes. They'll be joined by DeGraff Financial Service out of Sartell, Minnesota. So we are just underway, so we'll get you a rundown of the lineups in just a few seconds. These ladies having fun already. So thanks again to everyone for tuning in. And away we go for team event here, the 2015 WC. All right, folks, we're already in the third frame here in game number 1 of the team event for the 4 of us, featuring Rebecca Danielson, Kim Smith, Carol Andrews, and Lisa Barfield. They're joined on the lanes today by DeGraff Financial Service out of Sartell, Minnesota. They're actually bowling in different divisions. The 4 of us competing in Diamond, DeGraff Financial Service in Ruby. Their team features Gretchen Boyd, Karen Hengel, Ruth Homan, and Barbara Churchill. And I mentioned a special guest joining us here today. So I want to reintroduce our BowlTV audience to the one, the only Emil Williams Jr. How's it going, sir?
Not too bad, Mr. Smith. How about yourself?
Well, ready for some exciting team event action here?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's, for me personally, actually, I think this is like my first significant time spent at the Women's Championship. So I'm looking forward to, as I have been here a couple days, just kind of taking in bowling, seeing how things are done here, and how these great bowlers here on this weekend, for example, take care of business, seeing how they interact with one another, getting an idea of course, it's all about fun, and you can clearly see that's one of the best things about, I think, this event is the fun that these women have, coming from all over the country, of course, meeting each other once again. Like most competitors do, they haven't had an opportunity to see one another. So certainly looking forward to seeing some more good bowling, and already seeing some of that here.
All right, for those of you who don't know Emil Williams Jr., which is, I'm pretty sure everyone in the world knows who he is, but Emil was part of the first few years of the live streaming at the Open Championships. We introduced that at 2010, and Emil, along with Matt Cannizzaro, the voices. And Emil worked through 2012, and has gone on to bigger and better things. But we're excited to have you join us here today. And
it's certainly a pleasure
welcome
to be
back,
here, Mr. Smith. Appreciate you having me, sharing your space, sharing the spotlight, because there's only one legend here.
She's up on lane 32 right now.
That is correct.
Talented lefty looking to make it 3 in a row to start. Gets the late trip on the 8th. Very nice. This is Lisa's 17th appearance at the event. And over the course of her career, it's right at a 200 average. She's had some solid finishes over the course of the year. That's what brought us here today. And a few of her teammates last year at the Reno Sparks Convention Center nearly made a run at the Ruby title. They actually had a few different teams out there in 2014, so All-Star Lanes number 2 was the team last year, featuring Barbara Dottie, Rebecca Danielson, Suzanne Stayrook, and Kim Smith. They took 3rd overall, so they actually got presented with some plaques a little bit early on, or before we started today, and we'll see if they can make a run at the leaderboard. 26-34, the leading total on top of the Diamond Division. We got to see that just a few days ago at right here on BowlTV. Our defending team champs, Believe in a Cure, making their way back to the top of the standings. So we've had some excitement here on BowlTV, and we're hoping for one last solid broadcast. I'll be taking the equipment back to El Paso, Texas for the Open Championships after this. Matt Cannizzaro will be back at the end of the month for a few more broadcasts. So this will be the last WC show for a few weeks, but we're excited to bring it to you.
Just mentioned that current leading score, Aaron, and it's just so difficult to repeat, defend a title. We've seen it, of course, time and time again, but those fantastic bowlers have put themselves in a great position And again, one of the great things we love about competition, taking on that challenge, attempting to repeat, and right now they're in the driver's seat, certainly.
We got to see their doubles and singles the following day as well on BowlTV. Defending Diamond All Events champion Linda Barnes, USBC Hall of Famer who already owns 6 titles at the event. She did not, wasn't able to repeat that performance, but she's still leaving Reno with the lead in 2 events. Her and Tennille Milligan took over doubles in the diamond portion of the event, and then Tennille took over her teammate's spot atop the standings in the all events category, so definitely some excitement. And I know we have a few folks from the Sartell, Minnesota area checking in, turning it on. They DeGraff Financial Service was the lucky team to cross with the ladies of 4 of us, so we let them know beforehand, and I know they gave a few calls out to everyone, so we want to thank everyone from Minnesota for joining us as well today.
Absolutely. If we're not mistaken, I believe in someone's household, this is on the big screen.
On the big screen, yep.
So
that's the way to do it.
That's awesome. That's a great shot by Barbara Churchill. Here is Lisa Barfield. Started with the front 3. Here's her shot, the 4th from the left lane.
Money.
Well, that's what you call a 10 back.
That's right. As mentioned, we've seen some big scores from Lisa over the year. Some solid finishes as well. 8th in doubles back in 2005 with Barbara Dottie. 19th in all events and 25th in singles right here at the National Bowling Stadium back in 2009. During my first campaign here with the WC, so I had a career best 2006 all events total the following year. Oh, excuse me. Back here in 2012, I was thinking it was El Paso. She had a nice year there as well, big 729 in team event. But that was in 2012 to 2006, all events total. So always a nice number out here at the NBS and at the Women's Championships. If you're curious to the pattern being used, please go to bowl.com/women's champ. Click on information and you can see the lane condition for this year's event. We've got a 40-foot pattern. Got Kegel Flex machines laying it out with Kegel Fire oil this year. So
Pin just rattled a little bit, shook from Carol Andrews. I think the ladies started to settle down a little bit, get into a little rhythm, finding the pocket.
yeah, I think a few of them were a little, I don't want to say intimidated, but maybe weren't ready to be on the camera, but they've definitely settled down and having fun. And like you said earlier, that's what it's all about here. It's even from the march out down center aisle, got something brand new this year with the Grand Marshal of every squad. One team getting selected to don Grand Marshal vests and be the first team out and just celebrate with everyone, welcome them out, giving high fives to everyone. It's a really cool thing to see. Just like watching Lisa Barfield strike at will.
Certainly off to a great start here, front five. You mentioned the Grand Marshal again. You know, essentially everything I see at this tournament is a first for me. And you had to describe kind of the scene and the way things work with the march down here. As soon as the curtains opened, I mean, the excitement level went up 20 times, and it was, you know, that's what you want to see as a bowler. You know, even if you're not, you know, a part of a particular squad or those who, you know, happen to be leading that squad as the Grand Marshal, if you don't know them, that may rub off on you, that excitement level, and kind of get you pumped up, get a little more confidence as you prepare to hit the lanes.
For sure, and the ladies today, they did it the right way. They were dancing, having a good time, enjoying the moment. Like I said, even after 96 years, always trying to find new stuff to keep the tournament exciting and still remember the traditions of back in the day as well. So excited to bring that here. Karen crosses over. Unable to get the Brooklyn for the double. No problem on the spare for Rebecca. I think she was scared there for a second, but had it all the way, never a doubt.
Get out of there.
There we go, Barbara. Oh, that was Ruth. Ruth getting her first strike of the day. It was actually her 25th appearance this year in the event. So she got her first plaque. Always an exciting moment. Love recognizing the longevity here at the event. So number 25 for Ruth this year. So congratulations and thanks for the continued support of the event.
Absolutely. I think that's a staple of both tournaments. You think about the tournaments as a whole, both the Open and the WC here, recognizing longevity, essentially giving back and recognizing those who have continued to dedicate themselves to this event, to the sport, in many cases to their teammates, family as well. Seems like just yesterday I was 25. Not anymore. I certainly hope to achieve that 25-year marker, though. There's Lisa's effort.
All right. We're cooking with gas early on here.
Pretty solid there. I think she liked that one too much. She kind of fell off a little bit, may have slipped on the approach. But that's a good indication that she's in the right part of the lane. If I'm not mistaken, also, I think she is the lone lefty, lone southpaw on the pair, so that may bode well.
She's, yeah, this is actually the first lefty we've had on here at the WC this year. So those southpaws coming out a little bit later in the event. Getting a tutorial on the left side from Lisa Barfield so far, 6 for 6. late trip for Kim, crossing over. Getting her first strike since the first frame. Karen takes care of that pesky 10-pin. The number up on top of the Ruby division actually took place while we were watching Believe in a Cure as well. We had 3 lead changes during that squad in the team event. Altitude with Attitude out of Buena Vista, Colorado. They put up 21.76 to move into the top spot in Ruby. That's the number DeGraff Financial Service chasing down here.
Aaron, you've obviously covered this event extensively over the course of several years. What's one of the favorite items or things about the event that you love?
Well, certainly the excitement here. It's Barfield's shot runs a little bit high, leaves a 7, so her string of strikes ends at 6. But one of the, obviously the excitement of it's just a different kind of mentality here. I've been fortunate enough to get to cover a lot of events, and there's nothing like the WC. It's all about having a good time, and that's what we like to see, even if the scores don't necessarily go the way you would like. It's ladies still always having fun out here, and this is their time, and they shine. Over the years, we've I've had a lot of cool stories since I first started in '09. That was an exciting kickoff for my career. We had Emma Hendrickson, our first bowler to compete in the event at the age of 100. So she actually made her 50th. She didn't start until she turned 50 years in a row. And then that kind of snowballed from there. She ended up on Regis and Kelly. Did some bowling against Regis. And she kind of became an instant celebrity around the tournament. So she actually bowled until she was 102. She bowled 2 more years after that in El Paso and in Syracuse in 11. And then May Tavaska, one of our favorites, competed for 67 consecutive years. The streak came to a close last year. Minnie just wasn't able to make it out, but I think she was 96 or so. So those are always fun times, and of course we've seen some memorable performances on the lanes too. The Jody Wessner breakout party in 2010, quietly setting the tournament's all-event record, hiding on 1 and 2 with so much going on in that squad. Shoots .816 in doubles, 23-30. It's 4 more pins than Matt McNeil that year.
Yes, that was impressive. That's an impressive number. Period. Just
Yeah, her low set of the tournament was 750, so shake that off. But yeah, certainly some of the great highlights over the years. We're hoping for a few highlights here today too.
Absolutely. I tell you that obviously Lisa's off to a great start. Certainly thinking of high scores and potential opportunities to be in position, championships and titles. Not sure if we got all of them on lane 33. Might have caught a glimpse of that on your computer screen, but a nice 4-9 pickup.
Very nice. Teams cheering and celebrating. Barber's going to need a little bit of that magic here. Staring down the 410. Here's Lisa. Throws everything at the 10 pin. A little stubborn though.
That might have been the first shot that maybe got a board or two left at the break point down lane. Kind of something to watch out for. If there's one thing that can almost stop you in your tracks, certainly during competition in this game, carry.
We saw that the other day. Linda Barnes all over the pocket during doubles and singles. Just hits weren't coming her way. Just a lot of corner pins. Tried a few different balls. Just wasn't her day necessarily. She still shot a nice number though. Moved into the top 10 for all events. So she still got some hits, but definitely could have been a lot more. And that's one of the things here. When you put on a big performance like that, obviously you got to make great shots throughout, and every once in a while, you need a break or two.
Certainly happens sometimes. It's all you can do, like you said, is you got to put yourself in position. Make the shot. Hopefully the pins will certainly cooperate, and oftentimes they do, certainly. And then there will be days where they don't. That's a great spare there. Not only was it a great spare, but it was captured live on BowlTV, and I know she's excited about that. That's actually one of my goals this year, Aaron, is to have more fun.
That's I've kind of been relegated to that as well. Definitely not out there as much as I used to be, and not as sharp as I once was back in the early 2000s. So for me, it's definitely all about the good time and enjoying the opportunity to see some folks from back home who obviously don't get to see too much nowadays.
Frame off to a great start for the DeGraff Financial Service. Spare from Gretchen Voigt and Karen Engel. Yes, the fun element oftentimes overlooked. I certainly have been guilty of that. And, as you know, you get into a competitive mode, competition all the time. Sometimes it's just hard to make sure you have fun. Of course, winning is always fun, but that doesn't happen all the time. You go through struggles, life, all those things, and get back to bowling and say, listen, let's have some fun out there. Generally, when you do that, good things happen.
Very, very true. Of course, you do know a little something about winning. Leadoff bowler for the 2005 Intercollegiate Team Champions, Lindenwood Lions.
That was fun.
All right, here's Lisa up on 32. Up a little bit light, leaves the bucket with the 10 pin added. Bucket and a biscuit, that's what we call it back home.
I've never heard that.
When you leave as many as I do, you gotta start calling it something. So that's awesome.
Do you mind if I use that at some point?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I've stolen so many of your one-liners here on BowlTV over the years, so I would insist upon it. So
That was a great pickup. That was textbook, of course.
yeah, definitely not a fun spare to shoot out here at these tournaments. It's and then to add on the extra of having to worry about getting the 9-pin out, and then you have the 10-pin out there too. Nice shot for Rebecca to kick off the 10th. She can still get to 214 this game. It's looking pretty good. Rings the 10.
A really good shot there.
So Rebecca bounced back nice after an early open. Get back to 200s through a 3-bagger in there.
Nice job by Karen as well for the Graph Financial Service. Around the 4-5 board area. Watching the ball. Get to the end of the pattern. See a little hook. Took care of business. Shot by Kim Smith. See if this one will get up. Oh, beautiful.
Great shot there. We'll see if Karen can finish off with the turkey here. Gonna get to 153. So we finish up at game number 1 here. We are at the 2015 USBC Women's Championships at the Taj Mahal 10-Pins National Bowling Stadium in Reno, Nevada. We want to thank everyone for joining us today. I'm Aaron Smith, joined for the first time by Emil Williams Jr. Back on BowlTV.
First time ever.
First time you and I have got to share them.
How about that?
Got to share it up here, so. Matt Canzaro, he's jealous right now. Wow. Great shot from Carol there.
Seen a couple ways to attack this pattern here. And some great shots here in the 10th frame. Also from both teams here. Seen good shots.
Four of us finishing strong here in the 10th. Throwing a few strikes up there. Will be a little bit under par in this game, but they can get pretty close to it. 168 for Carol. 156 for Kim. Barbara gets the hit. See if Lisa can get back on track here in the 10th. Taking care of business.
Every day.
Every way.
Sometimes you got to work overtime.
It's the second six spin we've seen from Lisa. She ended her 6 in a row with a 6-pin in the 7th frame. She's got to be pretty happy with her look right now. Definitely all around the pocket. .243 gives the four of us 770 in the opener. DeGraff Financial Service, led by Barbara Churchill, 572. Got a question in the chat room. Who is Lisa bowling doubles with this year? That'll be Carol Andrews. Going to be hitting the lanes tomorrow right here at the NBS. Introduced some newer times here in the past few years, so first squad of the day, 8 a.m. doubles and singles, followed by the noon doubles and singles. We're live right now at the 4 p.m. team event, and then the day wraps up with another team event at 7 p.m. So these ladies will be back on the lanes bright and early, 8 a.m. here on the West Coast. So I'd like to take this opportunity to thank our gold industry partners, Columbia 300, Hammer, Kegel, and Storm, for supporting USBC championship events. Just a reminder to anyone coming out this way too for the women's championships that the new USBC Mixed also taking place here at the NBS. So got a few fellas joining. Tell them to bring their equipment. They can get to experience the Taj Mahal 10 pins as well. Team event held up here on the main 78 lanes, and doubles and singles downstairs in the showcase lanes. Two men and two women got to make up the mixed teams, mixed doubles and open singles. So definitely put some time in your schedule and be a part of the first mixed. Mixed will be heading to Las Vegas as well next year. along with the women's championships at the brand new South Point Bowling Plaza. The $35 million venue just opened up at the end of 2014, built with the tournament bowler in mind. Registration already open for the 2016 Women's Championship, so check out bowl.com/women's champ for more information and get your team signed up for Sin City.
Should be a great time for the WC next year.
Just enough of that bin for Carroll. Take care of the spare. Yeah, I had a chance to check out the South Point venue in December. I was live streaming a few collegiate events, and definitely a cool place. It's bowler settee area. Definitely got some space. So for folks bringing a few extra bowling balls with, we got the room for that, and everything else just state of the art, brand new. So looking forward to seeing it built out and
no doubt
ready
about
for
it.
the ladies.
No doubt about that. Looking forward to it. It's different, certainly watching. Seen a couple photos and things of that nature, but you can just tell, obviously, that venue will be great. Certainly, obviously, for the tournament bowlers you mentioned, but yeah, just to be in a venue like that and compete, yeah, that in itself can elevate your level of play too.
That's what we saw here at the National Bowling Stadium when it opened up in 1995, back when we were just kids. Saw some huge turnouts at the NBS, and obviously folks want to check out places like this. It's a one-of-a-kind venue, and I'm sure South Point will have that same draw in 2016, so we'll be excited. Great shot there from Karen. We saw her throw a few strikes to finish up game one. Gets her first strike of game two. Questions in the chat room about how old you have to be to bowl a tournament like this for the Open Championships, Women's Championships mixed. Got to be at least 16 and a USBC adult member. So if you're younger than that, we got a lot of great youth events though. Always to check out the bowling.com Youth Open taking place back in your neck of the woods and just outside Chicago this year. Junior Gold Championships will be there as well. That'll be in July, so be excited to see that growing event every year. And the kids like the challenge too. That's definitely a big thing. Like to come out and see what they're made of on the tough conditions.
Oh, absolutely. The growth of that program. Just thinking back, what, 10 years ago. I first competed at junior gold. And just the excitement and the challenge it was at that point, and then to see the growth continue of that event, the challenge continuing, of course, and then not only the challenge, but the bowlers continue to get better as well. Youth bowling is fantastic right now. Bowlers are better, younger. That's certainly as opposed to 10 years ago. So that's that also is part of the challenge, kind of the competition part of it as well. An opportunity to access to great coaching, information, bowling balls. Of course, it's a little different world, but it's the same world because of how great things are, how well they continue to grow, and just take a look at Chicago. That Chicagoland area will be a great backdrop for that event this summer.
We nearly had 2,500 bowlers make it to Buffalo for the 2014 event. And as expected, we hoping those numbers go up once again. Seems like every year is a record year at the Junior Gold Championships, and expanded it to 3 age divisions now for the boys and the girls. There's under 20, under 16, and the new one last year, under 12.
And speaking of that alone, just that in itself gives younger bowlers, I'm sure at some point someone thought, hey, I'd love to be able to compete at that event, but essentially I've got to wait, not my time yet. And now, someone theoretically could win 3 titles in each division at some point, which could happen.
Well, we actually one of the champions last year, Brianna Clemmer, who's been on Junior Team USA now for a few years. She actually won the under 16, and then this year won under 20. So she's just a shining example of the future for the sport. Great shot from Karen. Double early on to Graf Financial Service. Starting to roll here in game 2.
Just think of that progression, Aaron, just grassroots bowling. When you started bowling, when I started bowling as a youngin, and then it's kind of that natural progression, and throw in the mix now with the ability to compete in varying tournaments, junior gold, team masters, for example, collegiately. For those certainly, obviously the PBA for women, PWBA, fantastic. That's back in the fold, and looking forward to that in July, or excuse me, as the Queens actually get started here very shortly next week. But the first tour stop in Sacramento, since I kind of live in that general area now, I was looking forward to that and wondering, hey, maybe I can take a look at that, see what's going on, and make sure I stay abreast. But just that progression of now what you can do, where you can go, the Open Women's Championships as well. So plenty of opportunities now from the youth all the way until 67 years of participation in, for example, the Open Championship. So it's a great time to be bowling.
Could not agree more. Emil Williams Jr. dropping some knowledge on us here, joining us back on BowlTV.
That's dropping knowledge right there.
That is. Great shot from Lisa. Back on track after the open in the second. 243 in the opener. And yes, another question in the chat room. Can folks from other countries come and bowl? Of course they can. Once again, you just have to be a USBC member. But we have, I know at the Open a few days ago, we had 4 national anthems playing. So we generally have teams come from quite a few different countries year in, year out. Had a group come all the way from Australia, at the Open Championships this year, so certainly so. If you want to have an experience like none other, feel free to hop across the pond.
They follow the 10-pin for Rebecca Danielson. With a strike in the fourth.
Nice cover of the 10-pin by Karen. A little celebration after that, so gotta have fun.
Certainly, plus they're off to a great start. A couple opens in the first frame, but really since then have been dialed in, filling frames. 4 strikes in that mix as well.
Just like any big tournament, striking's fun, but if you want to make that check when it's all said and done, spare shooting, the way to get it.
Might have been a ball change there for Kim Smith. Let's see if she'll use that for first ball in the next frame. Not sure exactly what it was, but it looked like a pretty good option potentially.
Carroll gets the 10-pin to drop. Late little kick.
Another good quality shot. Barbara Churchill. 184 leading the first game, and another good shot there. The fourth,
yeah, Barbara's
double
rolling.
Spare strike.
Great shot from Lisa. Always a threat out here to put up some big numbers, and definitely put some big numbers back at home in Washington. And we've seen her over the years, competing at the Queens and U.S. Women's Open over time. So Hunter has a question about being able to bowl before the tournament back in Baton Rouge. It was a youth tournament. Emil, you were there prior to the start of the Open Championships. Whenever we do a convention center build like we did in Baton Rouge, it's always like to have a few tournaments, kind of let the staff get used to working again and everything, and test everything out, make sure we're all good to go. So that was, we have events like that every year. The National Unified Tournament's been with the Open Championships for 25 years now. So I want to say we even had a few tournaments right before the start of the Women's Championships back in April. So always a chance just to make sure everything's run smoothly, and also get the opportunity to compete in a cool venue like this, or at the convention center.
So like dress rehearsals, always important, of course, and then at the same time, as you mentioned, the youth event, for example, being able to again provide just an opportunity for youth to get an idea and aspire to want to participate, eventually compete in such high-level events, great venues as well. I always wondered personally what it would have been like for me that I saw the National Bowling Stadium, at 15, 16 years old, for example, or younger. I didn't see this fantastic venue until 2010. Started working at the event, of course. Actually started bowling the tournament as well. So imagine providing that opportunity to someone who's 10, 11, 12 years old who loves bowling. Maybe they don't love bowling, but after seeing something like this, it might be something they want to do at that point.
2017, some collegiate bowlers will have the chance to experience that feeling as well, as the Women's Championships heads back to Baton Rouge. And we'll have some collegiate events going through that. I believe the NCAA Championships will be there, followed right by the X-Bowling Intercollegiate Team Championships. Singles Championships will probably be following as well. And yeah, we've done that a few times. Back in 2010, the ITC was held in El Paso. That's where the ladies were competing at. And then again in 14 at the Reno Sparks Convention Center just down the street here from the NBS.
First real trouble for Lisa so far here today. Left a washout. 6-3.
All right, we're in the halfway point of game number 2 here at the 2015 USBC Women's Championships, featuring Lisa Barfield and the 4 of us, along with DeGraff Financial Service. It's Mother's Day, Emil.
That's right. Happy Mother's Day.
Absolutely. Happy Mother's Day to all the great moms out there who are spending their day watching BowlTV. So we appreciate the support for everyone tuning in, and feel free to let folks know on social media. You're watching BowlTV too. If you want to follow the USBC on social media, the Sport of Bowling is on Facebook, facebook.com/USBC, on Twitter @USBC, and of course bowl.com, your one-stop shop for everything, including the Women's Championships. Click on the Tournaments tab, or just bowl.com/women's champion.
An opportunity to read some great material written by legends. Aaron Smith.
Highly edited by Matt Cannizzaro.
Matt Cannizzaro.
Wish I could put that on the byline. By Aaron Smith.
Mr. Wiseman.
Highly edited by Matt Cannizzaro, though.
Aaron, did you have an opportunity to call your mom today?
Not yet.
Look out.
Texted her yesterday, so
Just kind of set the precedent, let her know.
So yeah, she knows I'm out here working hard. So as soon as we wrap up here and get the equipment, it's on the list. It's gonna happen. So Karen Smith, if you're watching, Be ready for that phone call.
Did a great job, Mr. Smith.
We actually had a mother-daughter duo return to the lanes after winning in 2014. Carol and Casey Casina out of Iowa City, Iowa were here just a few days ago. And they won the Sapphire Doubles in 2014, so it had to be a cool moment for them to get to share so close to Mother's Day. Got presented with their championship trophies and got a personal march down center aisle. The tile defense came up a little bit short, but I'm sure they had a good time out there while they were doing it.
Another good shot by both Lisa and Barbara. Making it happen here in the 6th frame as we head to the 7th. I think of Mother's Day, and especially with the bowling, and any sport for that matter, just the sacrifices, of course, that parents make, moms, the driving to and from tournament and or practice, the equipment purchases. Certainly have to think about my own, youth and really getting into bowling. It's like, and for a lot, you get to that opportunity or that point rather where so, well, there's a possibility that I could be okay at this. And so, generally there's a decision you got to make. Because, you either got to go kind of all in or not. I mean, it's certainly nothing wrong with enjoying the sport. But as a youth player, you say, man, I might be okay, and then all of a sudden that kind of ramps up things, and next thing you know, there's more driving. Miles become a big deal. Where are you going? How far are you driving? Distance. All of a sudden, your tournaments, junior gold, for example. So certainly, probably on behalf of myself, just to all the mothers out there who are doing all those things we just talked about. Thanks.
Absolutely. Perfectly said, sir. Little sigh of relief from Kim after that. Get just enough of the 9-pin to topple it over.
Game 2 kind of moving right along. Lisa Barfield, part of the 4 of us. On the approach here in the 7th frame.
Shot a little right off of Lisa's hand. Stays out of major trouble though. Just looking at the 4-7.
Good start to the 8th frame. Strike there from Gretchen. Graph Financial Service, Sartell, Minnesota.
Yeah, these ladies from DeGraff Financial Service looking a little bit stronger, a little more comfortable here in game 2. Had a few strikes early on in the be a tough spare though for Karen here in the 8th. Greek Church. Takes 3 for the team. I got the text. Karen Smith tuning in live.
How about that?
She said she'd be waiting patiently for the call afterwards.
I put the pressure on you.
So thanks, Mom, for tuning in. Happy Mother's Day. Once again, thank you everybody for joining us here on BowlTV. I'm Aaron Smith alongside Emil Williams Jr. My live streaming idol, Emil Williams Jr., I should say.
Uh-oh.
Showed us the way.
It's a great song. It's also great to see, certainly the live streaming, not only at this event, but certainly the Open Championships as well. The demand that fans have certainly latched on and want to see it, want to be a part.
Certainly so, and a lot of loyal viewers who we get to see nearly every show, so appreciate those folks taking time out of their busy schedules to see some great bowling. Thought she had it. Head pin wraps around the 10 though. Barbara threw 2 strikes after her open in the 5th frame, so I think she's good for it. Another 2 to kick off the 9th and 10th.
Did some good shots here in the 9th, trying to set up that 10th frame.
Gotta catch some better breaks than that, though. Good, pretty good shot, just ran a little bit high, leaves the 4-9 for Danielson. Stepping up on 31, Kim Smith, one of the members of All-Star Lanes number 2, 2014 Women's Championships. Her and Rebecca Danielson nearly pushed their team to the title, ended up finishing 3rd. So they got presented with plaques this year for 3rd place finish. Something a little different, something a little new here at the WC. 2nd and 3rd place finishers getting a little extra recognition this year, so very cool. New tournament manager Chip Akey doing his thing, and
it's nice to see Chip. It's been a few years since I've seen him. Several other colleagues, of course, here at this event, the Women's Championships. Of course, many have worked both events, open and women's. So.
each tournament does have a big group of folks who travel to each event to help put it on. Then, of course, we couldn't do it without the local help as well, so we always have quite a few folks from the local community joining us at the tournament as well, kind of learn the ropes and make sure everything runs smoothly. So
Absolutely.
it's really quite a show when you look at everything and how it all comes together.
It takes a lot of individuals, a lot of teamwork, a lot of cooperation. Everybody working together. To present give the bowler, of course, the most enjoyable experience that can possibly provide them.
It's a 2:43 in the opener. Looks like Lisa's running into a little trouble here in game 2. We've seen her strike a lot here, so confident. Gonna put together a big finale here for us.
We talked earlier potentially how it could bode well. She's the lone left-hander on the pair. Of course, the flip side of that is there could be some, obviously more than likely some adjustments to be made, but depending on how things are shaping up for her. Gone light a couple times. She's on high a little bit as well in this game. So I think this 10th frame will be pretty important for her. Looking to get lined up. If the opportunity arises, perhaps try a different ball, maybe.
Yeah, it looks like she's stuck with the same ball, so up to this point.
The ever so important fill shot could potentially give you that opportunity to try something. That's a good shot from Rebecca. And a big sparrow on lane 34. Didn't see it, but nonetheless, nice job by Lori Griffin.
Looking at the replay, you could kind of see it at the far right of your screen. It was the Greek church.
Oh, look out. Nice. Well done.
So that was, yeah, Lori Griffin out of Olympia, Washington. Nice cover. Some good shots from Rebecca Danielson to finish off the 10th frame. Gets to 167.
going to give you an idea just in case. Yes, you guys are smart, so of course you may have already thought of this. Or perhaps there'll be a BowlTV top 10 plays, frames. Kind of get cool and wordy with the name, but something like cool great spare conversion, maybe a clutch strike, depending on of course the moment. There'll be something cool for the viewers. Maybe unveil it once a week or one a week for a few months.
Well,
possibilities are endless.
Well, you are right. We are as smart as we look. Lucas Wiseman actually put together a nice recap of the top 5 of 2014. Some of the best moments from BowlTV throughout the year. So
there it is.
Certainly would love to see that expand. And yeah, it'd be cool just to have an open and women's championships. Probably talk Lucas into doing that. So Lucas, if you're listening, we found some more work for you to do. There we go. Knew I could say it.
A big spare there in the 10th there by Ruth. Graph Financial Service already exceeding their game 1 total.
A lot of 9 counts to finish for Ruth. She made every one of them though, so. Ruth once again getting honored in the squad room for 25th year participation here at the Women's Championships. Received a personalized plaque to commemorate the achievement.
Wow, splits being converted all over the place on lane 34. And the 10th frame, no less. Well, that 7th pin has just not been kind to Barbara this afternoon. No less solid 188.
Yeah, she's been consistent. 184 in the opener to lead the way for DeGraff Financial Service, and 188 here in game 2. So nice improvement by these ladies. There's the ball change from Lisa. Runs a little bit high. Final shot of game 2. Coming right up. A little bit of a fall off for the 4 of us from their game 1 effort. .163 for a 649 here in game 2 for the 4 of us. DeGraff Financial Service 1 pin behind, 648 after 572 in game 1. So we'll be starting up game 3 in just a second. Once again, everybody, thank you for joining us here at the 2015 USBC Women's Championships. We're coming to you live behind lanes 31 and 32 at the National Bowling Stadium in Reno, Nevada. Lisa Barfield is the one who brought us here. Struggled a little bit here in game 2. Had a big 243 in the opener, though. So we'll see how she bounces back in game 3 in just a sec. I'm Aaron Smith alongside Emil Williams Jr. So we appreciate you taking some time out of your Sunday afternoon to join us here. The 4 of us making the turn at 14-19, 26-34 on top of the diamond standings. So looks like that score is going to be safe here. It's 21-76, the number on top of the Ruby division. So both teams possibly out of the top spot, but certainly still a lot of pins to get here at the 2015 event. Of course, prepare for tomorrow, doubles and singles. No 7 pin that time for Barbara. Great shot to kick off game 3.
Brooklyn for Lisa Barfield for another ball to start his 3rd game here. So maybe doing a little searching currently.
Well, it's definitely always a challenge. The invisible opponent, the oil pattern. Got the 40-foot pattern this year for the 2015 event. Only one pattern here at the Women's Championships, so these ladies get to see this pattern twice. Some of them get to see it on the burn if you bowl the noon squad. 8 a.m. is fresh, and then they'll bring out the noon squad. They'll get to bowl on it after a few games, so it's a little bit different challenge depending on who you're following and how they attack the lanes. And as you said earlier on, this tournament's about having a good time. Win, lose, draw. WC, it's all about the party.
And not only is it this tournament, but yeah, I think the same rules apply at the Open Championships. You can go across the sport. You want to be able to enjoy what you're doing. So you can inject some fun into yourself, your teammates, and the experience overall. That just adds to it. It makes it more enjoyable, certainly.
Absolutely, and as I mentioned, always this tournament just has a different feel from the Open. As you know, the camaraderie is just second to none here. A lot of teams actually, if they end up bringing more than one team, they actually don't want to bowl together. They actually like the opportunity to meet new people each year and develop new friendships. And a lot of folks, you know, you bowl the same squad, you get to see the same folks over. You know, see you next year, and they do catch up, see how the year's been.
Shot there.
Mixing them up. But one of my favorite stories from just working the tournament, and just one of those moments that kind of really defined the event. It was back in 2010 in El Paso. Team event was going on, and as I was walking the lanes, ran into a group from Chicago. And Blackhawks were, I want to say it was at some juncture of the playoffs, making their way. I believe they won the Stanley Cup that year. And, you know, these ladies all had on their Blackhawk shirts and ready to cheer on the team, but they were bowling in the middle of the game. So they asked me politely, it's like, hey, can you give us updates from the game? And we had it on in the mall area. So, you know, I would just kind of watching off and on, going back and forth, and then giving them updates. They were so excited to see me coming with an update. It's like they forgot about the bowl, and they were having so much fun. Blackhawks are winning, good times.
That's a great story.
And you know, they were out there enjoying themselves, and that was, like I said, the bowling may have not gone as well as they would have liked when it was all said and done, but they were having fun. So that's the WC.
No doubt for me, I'm trying to take, I mentioned this earlier, trying to take a little piece of that, the fun portion, add that to how I approach bowling moving forward. Take breaks. Not really in the game as much. Kind of made that decision now to get back on the horse, if you will. And we'll see what happens next month.
Emil will be taken to the lanes at the Open Championships. June 18th and 19th, I think.
19th and 20th.
19th and 20th. Same days as our buddy Matt Cannizzaro. So if you know, while we have this,
oh yeah,
while we have this this forum here right now, any feel free to call Matt out right now. I would totally encourage it. That say, go and take him down this year.
You know, of course, there's generally a media battle. Who's going to take the media crown? Although I'm not a current member, I'm an alumni.
Alumni, yes.
But you know, because I haven't bowled in quite some time, at least all the time I should say, periodically here and there, trying to get back into it. But I think because of that reason, I will beat Matt Canizaro because I'm going to take this fun that I'm learning and transfer that to my experience at the Open Championships.
That's what I like to hear. Once again, thank you everyone for joining us. Aaron Smith alongside Emil Williams Jr. Question in the chat from Joe. Is this the new surface here at the NBS? And yes, it is. All 78 lanes were replaced in the off-season in preparation for the 2015 event. So brand new surfaces here on the 4th floor of the stadium. Part of a multi-year renovation deal with the Reno Sparks Convention and Visitors Authority, as the stadium's now 20 years old. So making some upgrades over the past few years and kind of freshening up the NBS. Saw the Hall of Fame downstairs added in 2012. The showcase lanes right across from that on the first level. Had the squad room renovated last year and the 78 lanes this year. So every time you come, a little bit different here at the NBS. So very cool. Still got that one-of-a-kind feel. The high ceilings, the history, still all here.
One thing I always encourage, I said again, Barb, with our third strike, I would have crossed over, but it's all the same, 3 in a row on the board. But if you've never been to the National Bowling Stadium, certainly, first of all, please do it. Please come check it out. If you've had an opportunity to compete, at an event here, or maybe you're in town, maybe you're driving through, just stop in and take a look at it. I always like to go to the 5th floor. So this is above, of course, the grandstands, which right now are directly behind us. But I think that's the best view, and it just really gives you the sense of this is a real stadium. You kind of start from the low end and work your way down, of course, to the high end. It's just wow. And of course, adding the improvements. Had a chance to take a look at the showcase lanes earlier. Watch a little competition. The mixed event going on. Of course, the museum, as you mentioned, Hall of Fame Museum right across the way downstairs. So really, again, doing whatever is possible, necessary, and to make sure bowlers can continue to have a great time when they come out.
Both teams off tonight. Starts here in game number 3. There'll be 4 of us competing in the Diamond Division. That's for 4-player teams with entering averages, or combined entering averages above 725. The Ruby Division, that's what DeGraff Financial Services is competing in. That's a division below that. We have 4 divisions for team event here, 6 for doubles and singles, so a tournament really gives everyone an opportunity to not only come out here and have some fun, but even the chance to take home a little bit of prize money and even a national title. So 3 out of 4 for Lisa Barfield here in game number 3. 243 in the opener. Had some struggles in game 2, 163. Looking to get back on it here to finish up team event. Shot looked pretty good from Rebecca. Jumped a little bit high, leaving the fast 8. Danielson making her 14th tournament appearance. For Carol Andrews, her 7th, and for Kim Smith, her first year was last year here in Reno. Nearly won a title.
Good way to start your career off.
Absolutely. Ruth covers the spare as we get to the halfway point here in game number 3. The 4 of us led by Lisa Barfield, 770 in the opener, 649 in game 2. We're joined on the lanes today by DeGraff Financial Service, 572, and nice 648 the next game. For those of you who want to learn a little bit more about our upcoming schedule here on BowlTV, be sure to check out bowl.com/livestream. You can also go to bowl.com. Just scroll down a little bit. The BowlTV schedule is down there as well. You already mentioned the USBC Queens, the kickoff of the new PWBA Tour, starting in just a few days. Lucas Wiseman and eventually Matt Cannizzaro will be there for all the coverage, so be sure to check bowl.com for that event. We'll see who can take home the tiara this year. Exciting final last year. Kelly Kulik looking to capture a 3rd title, averaged 250 in her first 3 matches on TV. face off against top-seeded Maria Jose Rodriguez out of Colombia. It's a back and forth match, and Kulik lost her carry a little bit, but had a chance to double in the 10th after Rodriguez opened in the 10th. But was unable to get the first one to fall, so giving the former Maryland Eastern Shore standout her first major title. So once again, bowl.com. Be sure to check that all week next week for all news on USBC Queens, or you can visit bowl.com/Queens for more information. I'll actually be on Extra Frame this year, so be sure to check that out. Then we'll be back on BowlTV at the Open Championships. Jeff Riggles and company coming to town. Him and his 11thframe.com team will be featured on the 15th, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Mountain Time.
We both had an opportunity, if I'm not mistaken, to be on the call for 11thframe.com squats. It's always the level, the atmosphere is just a little different. Those guys are out to win. Talk about preparing. That's they kind of set the blueprint on preparation and
Absolutely.
how to do it.
They kind of for the new day and age, and you kind of talked about that earlier with the kids always wanting to learn more and understand what's going on, and Riggles and company kind of the front runners in that and kind of breaking it down. Obviously, Jeff reaches a lot of people with his blog, the11thframe.com. But yeah, last year, Matt and I decided to do something a little bit different. We broadcasted their doubles and singles. We had done their team event the other years, and you should have seen the crowd up here. They were, I want to say, somewhere right over here, might have been 35 and 6. And the grandstand seating right behind us, packed. Watching those guys, seeing what they were doing. They made a run, cracked 3,500, so they finished in another top 10 to their resume. But always an exciting time, so we hope everyone joins us for that in just 5 days.
I'm going to guess that the view total will be relatively high. Need people checking that out live, and of course archive replay as well. That group, and there are a couple other groups, several groups like that. That the tournament essentially is the event, and then when certain people are bowling, that is the event within the event.
Well said, sir. And you mentioned the archive. You can check out all of our live stream coverage. Of course, when you're done here today, the archive will go up on on YouTube.com/BowlTV. Be sure to subscribe to our channel as well for all the latest and greatest coming from the Open and Women's Championships. Wherever Lucas Wiseman may be, and Jason Thomas, the bowling guy, putting together some great videos for us as well. So please check that out when you get a chance. Nice cover by Gretchen.
How about you, Aaron? But really looking forward to watching some of the PWBA events.
It's going to be exciting. Lucas Wiseman will be bringing you the action on BowlTV for that. And yeah, it's great. Great that the ladies have the platform once again. A 3-year commitment from USBC and BPAA making that happen. And PWBA.com. That's your one-stop shop for all that good stuff. Get to look at the players. Some definite big names up there. Some stars from when the PWBA was still before it closed its doors for a little while in 2003. Carolyn Dorn-Ballard coming back, and definitely some familiar names, but it's always exciting to see the kids come up and try to take their place too. So a lot of outstanding young ladies coming up from the collegiate ranks. You know, Liz Culkin of Nebraska just finished up her collegiate career with a title at the NCAA Bowling Championships, and moving on to the next stage. And she's one I'm expecting we'll hear a lot of good things from over the next few years. Just that great Nebraska program. And these girls are good.
Oh, no doubt about it. Always looking, you know, the next stars, you know, if you will, the talent level across youth, especially at the collegiate level. You mentioned Nebraska. They had a very talented freshman, Julia Bond, as well. So, she's got a couple more years, of course, before she's finished with school. But just looking at, you know, she can now, for example, you know, have an idea of, you know, what's to come after, you know, college. Where can she compete on a regular basis? And this is the obvious great benefits of having tour back. Used to seeing the Queens, of course, because it's a major event, but I'm really looking forward to kind of the other tour, you know, stops, just to see and get that feel back. And I'm just a fan. You know, I'm not even competing, obviously, but it's, you know, so if I'm excited, certainly, you know, talking to some of the talented women out there, you know, no doubt they're ready to rock too.
Couldn't agree more. And you mentioned Julia Bond, another young lady who's taken the steps to continue on. She won junior gold a few years ago and turned that into a spot on Junior Team USA. She's been there for a few years, and then made her way into the starting lineup of a very talented Nebraska crew, and goes out and wins the national championship and tournament's MVP. But yeah, the PBA was in Maine not too long ago, and that was definitely a lot of energy from those shows. And the PWBA has a pretty cool run across the country and a lot of bowling hotbeds. So hopefully, as you said, the environment is something cool that folks are looking forward to, and that the ladies can feed off of as well. Nice shot by Karen there in the 8th frame. So definitely a few struggles along the way here in Game 3 for both teams, the four of us and DeGraff Financial Service. They're looking to finish strong. Gain some momentum going into doubles and singles tomorrow. Carol Andrews stepping up on 31. Bounce back from her first open. Leaves a 6-10. There's that 7th pin again for Barbara. Barfield in the 8th frame. A few strikes early on. No problem on the 5-pin for Lisa out of Silverdale, Washington. Once again, making her 17th appearance here at the Women's Championships. Started in 1999 and hasn't missed. Nice shot by Rebecca. All right, foundation frame in the finale. Both teams are going to fall a little bit short of the number here today, but still get to see some good shots. Got to see some fun out there too.
No doubt about that, like we talked about. We certainly have seen some great shots as well. Still more opportunity for going to end things on a good note. Both teams as they head into the final frame here shortly.
That's what we're used to seeing. Great shot by Lisa right there. Looked like she moved a little bit further right, and that's something I'm sure she'll remember for doubles and singles too.
Nice shot there by Barbara. Struggling a little bit last few frames. Good opportunity there. Good. Get a chance to see the balls go through the pin properly and strike. Get a little confidence heading into the 10th frame.
It's hard to believe 10th frame already here. It's a team event with the new 4-player setup, which was introduced last year at the Women's Championships. Definitely helps pick up the pace of play a little bit, but of course a nice thing. Built-in doubles partners too.
Certainly makes it a little easier, especially in the planning stage.
Yeah, team captains definitely have a tireless job, especially when you're bringing a few teams out there. So definitely a lot of hard work involved to get everything set up. And
absolutely, a lot of work, but most importantly, probably a lot of dedication.
Certainly so, and to reward those captains for their hard work, if you bring 6 or more teams to either the Open or the Women's Championships, you're already in as a Captain's Club member. You get some bonus perks for since we know how hard you work to make it happen, and we appreciate those folks. So we just wanted to show it a little bit. So you get a few goodies for that, and a big thank you as well.
A lot of respect for team captains. Some of the, again, coordination, organization, payments, tracking payments.
Absolutely.
Receiving payments. But that in itself is a skill, because there are some really great team captains out there who have systems, and they do it every year and know exactly what's going on.
All right, Barbara working on a strike in the 9th. She can still get to 181 here. Take her team to 18-48. Great shot. It's starting to get a little quiet here at the NBS. This 4 o'clock squad just about off the lanes. So we get to see the final few shots from the 4 of us and DeGraff Financial Service. Carol and Lisa both working on strikes for the 4 of us. So finish up the 10th. So 168 finish for Barbara. We'll give the team a 6:15 and 18:35. Once again, the score on top of the Ruby division, 21-76. So your score will put them in right around the top 150. The 7 count on the final shot, 164 for Carol Andrews. And we'll see if Lisa Barfield can end today's telecast with a bang. Tripping the 6.
Trip 6. She's the lone bowler currently on this side of the stadium. Essentially the stage set for Lisa to a solid 10th frame here. And like a good set, a good start onto doubles and singles tomorrow.
She liked it off her hand. Great shot. She can get to 213 with one more. She made the turn at 406. So she's going to walk away with this with a nice little 600. Good place for that. Going to finish up 211. Give her 617 to lead the way for the 4 of us of Silverdale, Washington. They ended with 665 for a 2084 total. So there's some work to do tomorrow in doubles and singles, but that's going to wrap it up for today. So I want to thank these ladies for letting us spend some time with them and showcase them off here on BowlTV. And of course, I want to thank Emil Williams Jr. for joining me for the first time. It's been, can't believe it took this long, but it was a great moment to get to finally do a broadcast on BowlTV with you. So thank you, sir, for joining us today and sitting in.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you having me. Good to be back, and looking forward to being with Aaron Smith, the legend, at some point down the road.
Going to hold you to that right here on BowlTV. But as we wrap up here, we want to thank everyone for tuning in to today's broadcast. Be sure to check out bowl.com/women's champ for all news from the 2015 USBC Women's Championships from Reno, Nevada. And that's going to do it for today. So thanks again, everyone, for tuning in, and happy Mother's Day. Be sure to check out bowl.com/livestream for our next upcoming events. Thanks again, everyone, for joining us, and be safe out there.